Do you have an emotional abandonment wound? Well, today we're going to find out. Hi guys, I'm Laura, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the emotional abandonment wound and the problems that it could be causing in your life now. So, there's two types of abandonment, physical and emotional. But I don't think the emotional abandonment wound is talked about enough in our society. And I believe there are a lot of people out here walking around with emotional abandonment wounds without even realizing it. So you think about like our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents and the sort of era that they grew up in. You know, a lot of comments where it's like dismissing feelings and emotions. You know, a lot of, oh, stop crying. I'll give you something to cry about. That's emotional abandonment, you know? Or, you know, you've been told like you're upset about something, oh, get over it. Or, you know, any sort of comments that's been made to you where they're dismissing your feelings as if they don't matter. You're not allowed to cry about something because it's not that bad. But if your feelings are that you need to cry it out, then you should be able to, right? Because as human beings, we have feelings and emotions. That's just part of being a human being. But we've been in a society teaching us to ignore or dismiss our feelings and emotions. And then they wonder why the suicide rates are so high, especially with men. Like men being taught that they're not allowed to have feelings and you're not allowed to express feelings, or you're not really a man, you're being a little bitch. And that's the wrong message. Because at the end of the day, part of being a human being is have feelings and emotions. And if you ignore them or suppress them, it's only going to develop problems later in your life. And again, look at the suicide rates, especially around males. They've been taught they're not allowed to express their feelings and emotions, so they're keeping it all in. All right? So, emotional abandonment in childhood is often the root cause of these 11 things. So let's run through them. 1, anxiety. You may be someone that has anxiety and you may not know that it even comes from your childhood and linked to an emotional abandonment wound. Okay? Number 2 is codependency. That happens a lot in relationships. Like if you're someone that you just can't be independent, you've always got to be with someone and have someone there. That can be linked to an emotional abandonment wound. Number 3 is people pleasing. So people pleasing actually stems from parent pleasing. So you may be a little kid and you're not getting the love and validation that you need or deserve from your parents. So what you do is you act a certain way to try to get the approval of your parents. So you're parent pleasing. And then later in life, that develops into people pleasing. Now the reason you're people pleasing is because it's almost like a safety mechanism in a way. It's your way of coping. So like when you didn't receive the love and validation from your parents as a child. So what you're doing is you're going out of your way to do nice things for others, to please others, in the hopes that you will get that love and validation back. It's actually like a form of manipulation, and people sense this off you. If you're a people pleaser type, and you're going out of your way to help others, they will sense this off you, this people pleasing mentality, and they actually won't respect you for it. So you've got to stop with the people pleasing. And the way to do that is you've got to learn to give yourself the love and validation so you're not seeking it from other. Okay? Number 4 is feeling unsafe and insecure. That can be linked to an emotional abandonment wound. So you've got to work on your insecurities. You've got to work on because your identity is like a flexible noodle, right? If you are an insecure person, that doesn't mean that you have to stay like that. Or, you know, you can work on yourself and shift yourself to be a more secure person. Number 5 is over-attaching early in relationships. If you're a clingy type, you know what I mean? That can stem from an emotional abandonment wound. Number 6 is afraid of people getting too close to you. You kind of keep them at arm's length. Number 7 is similar to number 6, rules to protect yourself from being hurt. You put your guard up, you kind of keep people at a distance, you don't really let them in, and in a way you're just doing it to protect yourself because of your wounds from childhood. Number 8 is attracting emotionally unavailable partners. So I've had a habit of attracting emotionally unavailable partners. your partners, your relationships with other people mirrors your relationships with your parents. So if your parents were emotionally unavailable to you and you haven't healed from that, you're going to go out in the world and you're going to attract partners that are emotionally unavailable that mirror that relationship that you have with your parents. Okay? Number 9 is partners who aren't capable of loving you. Stems from your emotional abandonment wound. And if you want to attract a partner who is capable of loving you, you have to start with yourself. You've got to love yourself first. Okay? I've got a video on self-love on my YouTube channel. You can check that out. Number 10 is oscillating between clingy and pulling away. If you're the type that's either too clingy or you're pulling away, that's because of an emotional abandonment wound. And number 11 is feeling less than, not good enough, not worthy, or lovable. Now, number 11, like these are common self-limiting beliefs. So beliefs are the same thing as stories you tell yourself. So if the story you're telling yourself is, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, no one's going to want me, I'm unlovable, your beliefs are creating your reality, so you're going to be stuck in a reality getting that reflection back. But this stems to your childhood, your childhood wounds, abandonment wounds, you know what I mean? So you can work on yourself to flip these self-limiting beliefs because they've been programmed into you. So what you do is you can write out flip beliefs. So if you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, then you start telling yourself, I am good enough, I am worthy. And you start telling yourself daily, so you reprogram your subconscious mind and really believe it. Because it is true. Like, I had these self-limiting beliefs from my childhood, but it doesn't make it true. So you just got to do that work on yourself, you know, boost yourself up. You can get yourself from being insecure to secure just by doing the work. So again, these are very common self-limiting beliefs that a lot of people have. Okay, so if you can relate to these, then you've obviously got an emotional abandonment wound, and that is okay. Like I said, I honestly think there are a lot of people in society that are walking around with these emotional abandonment wounds and they don't even realize it, and they're probably, you know, doing all this sort of things as well, and they don't realize that it's attached to this, you know what I mean? Which is why I'm making the video, just to educate, so you can learn about yourself better and understand what's really going on. So I have another video on my channel about the abandonment wound and what you can do to heal it. So I highly recommend checking that video out. I hope this video was informative for you guys. Oh, my cat's coming in. Oh, okay, she doesn't want to say hi. You want to say hi? No. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Catch you on the next one. Peace.